Hey guys, welcome back to my video. So it is a beautiful day, another beautiful day out here in LA. Like, this is a luxury of living out here on the West Coast in California because they have a lot of beautiful days out here. And so that's the reason why I started to do my video outside, because it's just so nice and peaceful, and the wind is blowing, so hopefully it doesn't mess up with the sound or anything like that. But yes, I was inspired to this video because I saw a post on Facebook where this woman, she shared a picture, like a before and after picture. So she shared a picture when she was in a relationship. Actually, she was in a marriage. And she shared another picture when she had got a divorce from that marriage. And the contrast in the pictures is what really got my attention and what really inspired me to this video topic on single mothers, because I know there are a lot of single mothers out there. So feel free to comment and to share your thoughts on this topic as a single mother, or if you are a married woman with children. I would like to hear from you guys, as well as the men too, because I know there are some single fathers out there, but this video is kind of geared towards single mothers. And so it surprised me to see that her picture where she was in the marriage actually looked worse than her picture outside of the marriage. Like, she looked very depressed. And I applaud her, first of all, for sharing those pictures, because it takes a lot of courage to be honest and put yourself out there on social media. And she was very honest. She didn't try to hide or sugarcoat. She was just like, this is what I look like in the marriage, and this is what I look like now. And it's sad, because it's like, this is what young black girls have to look forward to, unfortunately. And it happens in a lot of marriages. And that's not to say you can't be happy in a marriage. So that's why I say I want to hear from many different people on this topic, because I know there are some happily married couples out there. If you are, please comment below so we know, because sometimes we only get exposed to the bad. We don't really get to see the good. So, and I think that, it's unfortunate, because you have young girls growing up, and of course most young girls, they aspire to get married. That's like the dream, to get swept off their feet by Prince Charming, and to get swept off their feet by Mr. Prince Charming, and to fall in love and eventually get married and have a family. So this video is going to talk about single mothers who choose to be single. And I know some of you guys may not like what I have to say, because I'm just going to give it to you guys straightforward, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think about this whole deal here. Now, granted, I am a single woman. I don't have any kids yet. I do want to have kids, and I do eventually, want to get married. But I am single, and I am happily single, because I think this is a thing. A lot of times people enter into relationships with the assumption that it's just all going to go perfectly fine how they want it to go. Like, they don't really anticipate any problems, and then when problems do arise, they don't even know how to resolve those problems. They're clueless. A lot of couples get married without even going to counseling, seeking individual counseling. And who's watching, by the way? Comment below. Let us know where you're tuning in from. But unfortunately, a lot of people, they get married, they don't even seek out individual counseling. And it's important to do that, to gain an awareness of who you are as an individual. What do you bring to the table, good and bad, So it's important to have that self-awareness, so that when these issues come up in a relationship, you're not thrown off, and more importantly, you know how to resolve those issues in a healthy way. A lot of us don't know how to communicate, and I think that is the biggest issue that you see amongst couples, especially in couples counseling and couples therapy. They're like, oh, we having issues with communication, because it just begins to become this boxing match back and forth, and people yelling, and nothing is getting communicated properly. No one is being understood, and it causes more stress when you become misunderstood, when you feel like you're not being heard, when you feel like your partner does not connect with you on that level. So with regard to women who whether they got married or whether they were dating and they had a child or children from a man, and then it doesn't work out and they become single mothers. And there's a question as, okay, who's to blame? Is it the woman? Is it the man? I think it's a combination of both. And I think, yes, I do think women choose to be single mothers. Some people say, oh no, no one chooses to be a single mother. Now, feel free to share your thoughts on this topic. But, you know, you have people that say, oh, women don't choose. Sally says, I'm just going to sit here and listen. You're going to just sit here and listen. That's fine, too, if you sit here and listen. But some people are of the persuasion that, no, people don't choose to be single mothers. And I'm like, I think some people do. I think, and that's what this video is about, single mothers by choice. Because it comes to a point in time where a woman does get fed up, and a woman has to do what's in the best interest for her, not only herself, but for her child. So if that means separating from the father, then that's what happens, right? And this is the issue that happens when that separation happens, and the mother is just like, you know what, I'm fed up, get out, or I'm going to, you know, pack my bags and I'm going to go about my business. I don't have anything to do with you, though you are the father of my child. And they grow bitter, yes, rightfully so. They become angry, rightfully so. And it may lead to a number of outcomes. So a woman may say, you know what, I'm going to file for child support because this is what I deserve. You know, I'm entitled to this financial support, and I'm going to file for child support. And we know a lot of times the courts, family courts, rule in the favor of the woman because she's a mother. She has, you know, she bears the child, and she has to take care of the child, you know, and they understand that children need support, as well as the mother who's taking care of that child needs financial support. And also with the, you know, filing of child support, women, with the bitterness that they experience, you know, like I said, rightfully so, real African blood, yes, real African blood, they distance themselves from the father, meaning they don't want to have anything to do with the father, the baby father. They don't, you know. And there's this debate, right, online. I've seen it, you know, posted several times where people say, well, it's not right for the woman to deny the man to see his child. It is not fair. I'm like, life isn't fair, number one. It's not fair that a woman has to raise a child by herself, that two people, adults, can't come together and work through their problems. That isn't fair. But you'll have men that make it seem like they got the short end of the stick and be like, I haven't seen my child in 3 years. I haven't seen my child in 7 years. And I'm like, nobody got sympathy for your ass. Now, I have to make this disclaimer because I know every situation is different. Every situation is different, and there may be situations where, okay, most of the blame can be put on the mother. Whether she was doing some foul shit out there, she had no business doing whatever, but we know a lot of times y'all dudes be fucking up. We live in a man's world, and men think they can do what they want to do. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with doing what you want to do. But if you're in a committed relationship, it doesn't work that way. When you are with someone where what you do impacts the other individual, it does not work that way where you just, oh, I'm just going to do what I want to do and fuck all the hoes I want to fuck, mistreat the woman, then somehow, magically, just out of the blue, expect a woman just to, all right, I love you. Here's your child. You can see your child. No, you guys, that's not realistic. That's not the kind of world we live in. And I will be the first to tell you guys, like I said, I don't have kids, but I am a woman. So, of course, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. And, of course, I do have a bias towards women because I'm a woman. And I'm just like, where in the man's mind does he think somehow that makes sense? Like, you don't do a person dirty and then somehow magically expect that, okay, she's just going to have her heart opened enough to invite you in to see your child. Logically, okay, I guess when an irrational person's mind, they think, okay, well, it makes sense because the child is going to suffer. But don't blame the woman, though. This is my thing. Because there's an argument online where a lot of men take to blaming a woman. They're like, she not letting me see my child. No, you are not letting yourself see your children. You chose this situation by your own actions and how you treated the mother. A mother, women want a man around. Women do not get pregnant from men they do not want around. Women want a man around. Not just for her, but for the child. Like, are you guys insane to think that a woman, oh, she just did it on purpose. She just got pregnant and was like, I don't want a man around. No, certain circumstances push a woman to say, you know what, I can't deal. And we expect a man to be the head. We expect men to take the lead. Just take care of your responsibility. It's more than taking care of your responsibility, because in some men's mind, their only responsibility is to the child. And it's like, no, you guys, we need to get back to real African values. Somehow we allow European, Western thought to influence how we carry on as a family. Like, where did men learn this from? That their only responsibility is to a child. That's why your ass fucked up now, and that's why y'all ass is depressed, and you're crying, and you haven't seen your children in years. Because in your mind, y'all fucking with these white people, y'all sit up here and learn this terrible philosophy, thinking that your only responsibility is to the child. No, sweetheart. No. Imagine, okay, let's flip the script. Imagine if the tables were turned and that men were women. And men, you know, were the ones who bear the children, right? And let's say things went wrong. Men would do the same shit. Y'all are some vindictive people too. Y'all have feelings. Y'all become bitter. Y'all become angry. Y'all shut down. Y'all create distance, and y'all will take y'all children and go on about y'all way too and be like, no, she ain't seeing my child. Nope, because she ain't acting right. She cheated on me. She answered her phone. She shitted on me. She ain't seeing my child. And I would say that would be rightfully so too, because no person is gonna trust the next person to be a part of their life. That child is a part of that woman's life. That child is that woman. Essentially, the child is the woman. The child came from the woman. So if a woman has to protect herself from being hurt, that includes protecting her child. I've talked about this before, and y'all men just don't get it. Please share this video. I know y'all want to, you know, you have your difference of opinion. Please feel free to express yourself. We live in a free country. Freedom of speech. Share your thoughts below. But I'm just saying this, that it doesn't have to go this way. And I think men and women, sometimes we get beside ourselves, you know. And I think, yes, issues can be resolved. It may be difficult. Not saying it's going to be easy to come together. But a lot of times people just have way too much pride. They don't want to work things out. They don't want to come together and talk and admit, you know what, I was wrong. When people, this is the thing, I've seen this happen over and over again. People apologize, right? But it's not really a true apology. They're like, okay, I'm sorry, babe, for what I did. And they go do the same shit again. How are you sorry if you can't even come to terms with what went wrong, how it went wrong, and to try to at least try to make an effort to change it? Men don't. I worked at a counseling center that treats couples, and I'm like, listen to some of the stories. I'm like, are you serious? A man would cheat on the woman several times, and a woman will stay by that man after every single time that he cheats, right? And then somehow when she decides, okay, enough is enough, I can't take no more, it's affecting my mental health, my mental well-being. I don't even have the strength anymore to just go about and do the daily things I need to do to survive, you know, to get up, to go to work, just to be able to just take care of me. I can't even do that because I'm so drained, because I feel so depressed, I'm so hurt. So a woman gets to that point, she feels enough is enough, you guys. And when a woman is fed up, I know we've all heard that saying, when a woman is fed up, she is fed up. And it amazes me how when a woman steps out and says, you know, I can't take it anymore, I'm not taking you back, the man, like, he really expects her to, like, give in and to take him back. Like, are you serious? Do you really? Just because I guess maybe he has this expectation because she's done it over and over and over before. She's like, all right, well, I cheated before and she took me back. I did her like this before and we went back to business as usual. No. That's where a line has to be drawn, you guys. Men, women, this is what happened. Women are teaching men that that is unacceptable. Being unfaithful, going out, doing y'all own little thing. We all know what your own little thing is. It's unacceptable. Princess says, yes, I've had two, and I did not want my kids child father in the household. I chose to raise them alone, but fathers were involved. Men have friends that come over or habits I don't like. Okay then. Wait. I'd rather be alone until they're 18. Mine's turn out okay. See, I was going to go into that. This whole idea that, oh, kids are going to suffer, you know, a child needs two parents. Yes, yes, yes. Spiritually, biologically, a child, you know, can benefit from having two parents. But like Princess pointed out, if there is so much stress and it's a toxic environment that this man is creating with his bad habits, sometimes it's better for that child not to even have exposure to that father, for that child to just be raised by the mother, and the child will turn out perfectly fine, and sometimes even better than children who are raised in two-parent households, because all a child needs is love. And it's not love if a man is present in the household but he's betraying the mother, because guess who's going to pick up on those emotions of the mother? The child. The child feels the mother's pain, even though she may not say, you know, talk to her child and say, I'm hurt. The child can feel the mother's pain. No child has to deal with that. When the mother is upset, the child sees that. When the mother is frustrated because the father is acting stupid and doing his own shit, trying to have multiple women, because that's what he's seen his father do. And a lot of times men cope with their own stress and depression in life by having multiple women. That's what gives them a sense of empowerment. I made a video about this just the other day. But that's what makes men sometimes feel powerful, to have multiple women at their, you know, at their dispense, at their, you know, at their fingertips. Men, we know we live in a man's world, and men feel like they can have their cake and eat it too. They can do what they want to do, have different men at their disposal. It's just like, okay, so when a woman puts her foot down, then it's World War III. Nah, man. Women are catching on, and women are just like, no, it's when you see a woman respond in a certain way, it's not because women are vindictive or we're evil creatures. No, none of us are evil creatures. Women and men are human beings. A human being, it's only human nature. A human being can only take but so much pain, you guys. Then they have to respond to that stimulus of pain. They can only take but so much. When a person has reached their breaking point, they shut down. And when you see women saying, no, I ain't letting him see his kids, she's shut down. She's hurt. And men just like expect a woman, oh, just get over it. You know, she hurt, so what? You know, she needs to think rationally and do what's in the best interest for the child. Well, guess what? Her mind, body, and spirit might be telling her what's in the best interest of the child is to not let your ass around. Because if you think about it now, this is common sense. How can men not understand this? If a woman has felt the pain that a man has caused her, isn't it only natural for her as a mother, her first responsibility, this is law, you guys, to protect the well-being of her child? That's automatic. So she's not going to allow that child to even come close to being able to experience that same amount of pain that the man caused pain to the mother, right? Think about this, y'all. This is just logic, okay? If a man caused pain to the mother, wouldn't it be the mother's responsibility to protect that child from what caused her pain? Yes, that's all she's doing. She's protecting the child from what caused her pain. Now, men may say, well, okay, I caused her pain, but that don't mean I'm going to cause my child pain. That's still up for debate, too. How does the mother know that? She don't. All she know is, okay, how you made her feel, which was like shit. She was not of any worth, of any value, because you impregnate a woman, man, that's a very sensitive time in her life. Like, and I see this happen a lot where men, during that very pivotal moment in a woman's life when she's pregnant and even when she has a baby, like, come on. That is the last time that a man should leave a woman. But it happens. Men just be on their own shit, cheat. They don't give a fuck. They have no empathy whatsoever for a woman. That's when a woman needs the man the most. You know, that's why you may see, okay, you may like, oh, well, she's emotional. Yeah, she's going to be emotional. Do you not know what's going on in a woman's body? This is the reason why education is so important. And a lot of men just are not educated. I ain't talking about going to school and get a fucking degree educated. No, you don't have to do that. Just educate yourself. Read. There's so much information out there. A woman, her body is going through so many changes. Her mind, her body, her brain. She has a surge of hormones. Her body is changing, so she's gonna be unstable. She's gonna be, emotionally unstable. That's only natural. She's becoming a mother, for God's sake. A mother is responsible to protect her child, so she's becoming a totally different human being, a totally different creature when she's pregnant and when she gives birth. She's preparing for the delivery. It takes a lot of strength for a woman to push out a baby, or even if she's having a C-section, that takes a lot of freaking courage and strength to do that. Her mind has to change. Her mind is going through so many changes. Her body, and for a man to leave a woman during that very pivotal moment, like, come on, you guys don't understand this. As a woman, like I said, I don't have kids, but it hurts my heart to see how men can be so heartless. And if you are heartless as a man towards a woman, karma is a bitch. It's inevitable, you guys. How you guys understand this? If you're gonna do that to a woman and abandon her, and y'all don't know, abandonment is the worst feeling ever. I am at a breaking point now mentally. My husband and I are just here, but he makes more than me and refuses to give me money for myself. My little $285 every 2 weeks pays bills, but he wanted me to stay on SSI. I have made the decision. You will not make me feel worthless no more. And yes, get a few interviews. Got a few interviews, making over 12 full-time. Bondage mentally is not right, but I slipped into his world and lost my... Exactly. Women losing themselves is like, it's not good for your health. A woman has to come to a point where she was like, you know what? How is this relationship impacting my mental health? Like, come on. We know a mind is a terrible thing to waste. A mind is so precious. Like, you have to protect your health, man. And a woman can only take but so much. That she has to do what's best for her and her child. And whatever men decide to do, okay, you want to go and do your thing? As a man, then go do your thing. But a woman has to do what she needs to do. And if it comes to a point where as a man, you can't be strong. Because my thing is this, you're not the one, the men aren't the ones going through all these physical changes. You don't have these hormones going off like a woman does when she is pregnant. So you should be the backbone. You should be the one who's stable. You know, you're supposed to be her support. Now, I ain't saying that's easy now. I can't sit up here and say, my bad, y'all. That's the fan. But I can't sit up here and say that's the easiest thing to do. I can only imagine, like, you know, how difficult that can be. But if you think about the end goal, you think about, you know, the outcome and the reason why you're doing it. There may be some times where you have to sit up here and just deal with a woman and her, I don't want to say bipolar, but, you know, women go through mood swings, man, when they're pregnant. One minute, they cool, they chill, they relax. The next minute, they just like, get the fuck out my face. Like, leave me alone, you know? The next minute, they want you to hold them and rub their back, you know, and cuddle them. The next minute, you know, they cussing you out because you did the smallest thing. Maybe you didn't take out the trash, you know. They become very irritable, and this is just all part of life, you guys. And I'm not saying that, yes, men have their own struggles too. At the same time, you know, y'all have y'all stress from work, and y'all got your own stuff y'all dealing with, you know. But that's why it's important that we have, as people, social support systems, you know. And I see that in healthy relationships, healthy marriages, men, they got their own, like, they got the bros. You know, they go to work, they got their bros they can go play basketball with, or go play football, or tennis, you know, or go bowling, you know, have a drink with, you know, be able to kind of de-stress so that they can be strong for their wife when they come home. It isn't easy, but it can be done. It's called grace. Yes, Willie, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy for men to do that, because I can only imagine, you know, having to be a man and having to deal with a woman who's pregnant and she got all these freaking, her emotions just all over the place. She's not making any logical sense of what she's saying and what she's doing. She just maybe got 5 different personalities going off in her head, you know. But it does get better. Understand that's temporary. A woman is only pregnant for 9 months, right? 40 weeks is gonna go by, and then when that time is up, it's even more stressful. I think after she has a baby, it's even more stressful, because a lot of women, this is even in the research, you guys, like a lot of women, yes, Willie, you have to give grace. Both men and women, we have to be graceful towards each other. But a lot of women experience postpartum depression, you know, when they have that baby. It's just, they're depressed, they're sad, they're irritated, they feel like giving up. You know, some women even feel suicidal. It's just the different things that are happening, the changes that are happening in a woman's brain. Her body has to come to a level of adaptation, of living, because if she's lived for 9 months with the baby growing inside of her, and then now her body has to adapt and readjust to living with the baby outside of her. Having a baby takes a lot from a woman. It's draining. Hello. And then for men to go their own way when a woman delivers a baby. Like, are you serious? And then you wonder why she becomes bitter and angry, because she's like, how could you do this? Like, women risk their lives. Do you understand? A woman can die giving birth. She can lose her life. Women have lost their life. Women, if they don't lose their physical life, a lot of times symbolically they still lose their life in a sense, you know, like their body changes. They might not be sexy or feel sexy no more, you know, because their body went through all these changes bearing your child. And then for men to not be in tune with that, it's just like, why? But when you're talking about men who themselves grew up without fathers, they just repeat the cycle. They think that's the norm. They think that is okay. You repeat the same cycle of what your father did. You're like, oh, I didn't have a father. I grew up fine. So you think that is how you should do. Your woman, the same way your father did your mother. No, guys. No, that is not the norm. A woman needs a man. Women may not say, you know what, I need you, right? Because it takes a lot of courage and vulnerability for a woman to say, I need you. It does. You know, women may say, I don't need you. When a woman says that means she needs you. That's what she's really saying. She's saying she really needs your ass more than what you can ever imagine when she says, I don't need you. You know, she's hurt. Those are words coming from pain when she says she doesn't need you, guys. You have to read between the lines. I know you guys are like, well, she said she don't need me, so I left. I said, fuck it. Oh my gosh. Somebody got to be the strong one. Like, if a woman is breaking down and she's at the point, she's like, I can't take it anymore, I don't need you, get the fuck out. Like, somebody got to be the one to say, you know what, babe, I love you, you know. Like, I understand, you know, you're going through a difficult time. I'm here for you, you know. Own responsibility. Say sorry. Even if you not, let's say you completely innocent, right? You know, which sometimes men are innocent. Just say, you know what? If I contributed to what you're experiencing in any kind of way, shape, or form, you know, I own partial responsibility. I apologize, babe. I just want us to be happy. I just want us to be together. I love you. I care about you. We've been together for 5 years, 10 years. You know, we have this beautiful baby. Willie says, I'm raising 4 girls. No one teaches men that, so they don't know. We are part of our environment, meaning if you don't see better, you will repeat this. Exactly. They are not men. They're little boys because men take care of their responsibility. Yes, and your responsibility, like I said earlier, is not just to the child. Men like, oh, I did that. That's my own. No, that's why it's called a family. And back in the day, men were responsible for taking care of their family, not just the child, but their wife. The wife belongs to you. That is your family, man. You take care of a woman, she's gonna take care of you. It goes both ways. If you down for women, like, come on, we bear children, so y'all know we can put up with a lot of shit. We can bear a lot of pain. More pain than men. Our threshold for pain is insane. And that's how you know you're dealing with a real G. A woman got your back, man. Women have your back, but men, sometimes they take that for granted. Don't take it for granted. I think it's a beautiful thing when people, especially black people, we can like overcome adversity, overcome our environment, our circumstances. Yes, we are born into this world, you know, where a lot of times we feel disempowered, disadvantaged, underprivileged. So I'm not ignoring the systemic part of this problem here where you see a lot of broken families. Yes, that exists, but I also recognize that there are families who are living dirt poor and they still rise above that. They still find a way to be with each other and make things work, you know. But going back to the earlier point that was made about women choosing to be single mothers and how a woman gets fed up, and a woman commented and said that, you know, she's at that point, just like, just ready to just, you know, raise her kids by herself. And if in the moment, I mean, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. We have this ideal that, okay, it should be a man and a woman, you know, and the children, and a happy family, and that's beautiful and all, but it takes 2, man, for a marriage to work, for a relationship to work. And if the other person is just not there, they're just not there. And sometimes it takes, okay, a person just giving up and walking away. And my thing is this: you got people that expect a woman, their partner, to just deal with it, right? Oh, just deal with it. Like, why are you giving up? Dude, it's for my own sanity. And so I can be of some good to my child. That's why a woman gives up. It's for your own sanity. But men take, oh, you're just being a bitch. You're being vindictive. Like, no, some women don't. Some women's threshold for bullshit is just different than other women. Some women got a very low tolerance for for bullshit. Some women can take a lot based on their own experiences in life. Men should know where a woman's threshold is. You know, a man should know that's part of what it means to be in tune with your partner, to be attuned to your partner, is knowing how much can your partner bear. And why is it that when you say, okay, you love a person, why does that translate to you making her go through all of this pain? Like she gotta prove her love? That's bullshit. A woman, no person should have to prove their love through having to go through so much pain. And especially if it's not even necessary. Life is stressful enough. We have to bear a lot in our lives already for people to be creating unnecessary pain for other individuals. So I'm in this video letting y'all know, I mean, I've already let y'all know my opinion, you know, but definitely as it relates to this topic about being a single mother by choice. And it's just, I don't blame women. I don't blame women for just, you know, you only even try to make it work for so long, but then he's like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just be a single mother. And no, you're not allowed to see your child. Like, I can't emphasize this enough. I feel it's very unfair when men expect that women are going to allow them to see their child. When you say you want to love the child, to me that's so unfair. That's so unfair, man. Women may not say this, but I will be the first to say it. It's unfair. How you gonna say you love the child but you don't love the mother? As if she don't need your love. But I'll love the child, I'll take care of the child. That's a fucking slap in the face. That's the ultimate disrespect. For a woman to bear your child, man, and then you turn around and be like, and you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it with words and say, "Oh, I only love the child. I don't love you." Men usually don't say it with words. They say it with their actions, and that's where it burns even more. Because they choose not to love their partner. They choose that with their actions by not committing to her, not being with her, not loving her. But then you're like, all right, well, I'm about to come pick up my son. Let me see my son. Hell the fuck no. So I'm speaking as if I was a single mother, which I'm not. I don't have any kids, but I'm just imagining myself like, dude, if I was in that situation, right? And knock on wood, God forbid that happens, because I don't see how women do it. I don't think I have the strength personally, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm gonna try to imagine myself in that situation. Well, I fell in love with a guy, and I don't know, we got married. Let's say we didn't get married. It don't even matter. But we're together, we're in love, and we have kids, right? But we don't work out. It doesn't, somehow, you know, he gives up. Or let's say he cheats or something happens and we're not together. But he like, oh, well, he want to see the child. I'm going to let you know how I'm going to do it. I mean, y'all probably already know, but hell the fuck no. Hell no, no, and no. As a matter of fact, I don't even, like, dude, not that you can't even see the child, like, you will never be able to see the child because you didn't want to have a family. Like, you have to, men don't get it. Men just don't understand it. Like, that's why I warn men. This is me coming from a woman. Me saying this coming from a woman. Like, you got to be careful who you plant your seed in, man. Because I think, see, some of y'all men, y'all spoiled. This is what it is. And you got women. I want y'all to hear. I'm going to hear from the women, too. Because I know there are women out there who like, oh, no, you know, I forgive him. I move on. And, you know, I got me a new partner. So I don't care, you know, if we're not together. You know, he don't love me no more. You know, he can still see the child. Congratulations. Good for y'all women. Y'all, that's what I say. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Every woman is not like that. Every woman not like that. And like I already said, I just think it's so unfair. Especially when you talk about men who doing dirt. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing that, okay, let's say it's both people, right, that decide, you know, this is not going to work. Okay, that's one thing. But when you have another kind of situation, right, y'all know where I'm speaking from, where a man just, you know, abandon a woman. Abandonment is terrible. A man cheats on a woman. He just does her dirty. It's just like, nah, man. And you got the nerve to expect her to allow you to see. Nah. Matter of fact, it ain't even your child no more. Matter of fact, we live in a day and age of IVF, right? In vitro fertilization, where you have lesbian women who go to these sperm banks and they purchase sperm, and you know, they have kids without a man present physically. You know, yes, they have his DNA, but outside of that, they don't need him. Basically, when a man chooses to abandon a woman and mistreat her and do her wrong, and you know, they have a kid, like he impregnates her, that's his choice. He has chosen to give away his sperm for free. That's what he's chosen to do that. And in the vitro fertilization with the sperm bank, that costs money. You know what I'm saying? Like women, I don't know exactly how much, but I know it's like thousands of dollars to purchase those vials of sperm to get pregnant. Y'all men, you just gave your sperm away for free. So a woman didn't have to go the IVF route. And you just gave your sperm away for free. So how does that feel? To know that you have a child out there in the world that you can't see, and you just gave your sperm away for free. You didn't get nothing out of the deal, basically. You chose that, man. You chose that because you didn't want a relationship anyway. You didn't want to commit to her anyway. And I know I've been talking. Feel free to share because I know everybody's not going to agree with me, right? But this is just the way I think. You chose that, dude. So how does it feel knowing that you might as well just got paid for it? You might as well just went to the sperm bank and jacked off and got paid to donate your sperm, because that's all you was as a sperm donor. You have women that say that all the time. They call their baby dad sperm donors. That's what you are. You become a sperm donor. She looks at you like that. That's it. That's it, dude. You just donated your sperm for free. And as a sperm donor, you don't have rights. Like, sperm donors cannot see the child. You know, I have colleagues that went through the IVF process. They're lesbian. You pay for that. That's a service. You know, it's a business. You bought that, and that's it. That's the end of that connection there. You know, he got paid. She purchased the sperm. The couple purchased the sperm. That sperm donor, when that sperm is implanted in that woman's uterus and conception happens, that's it, y'all. That's it, fellas. That's not your kid. You donated that. That's it. The donation stops there. You don't be like, okay, well, I donated the sperm, so I get to like schedule appointments. No, that's not what happens. I get to schedule appointments to see the child, to see the outcome of it. No, that's not a fair deal. It wouldn't be a fair deal. Why? Because a woman, a lesbian couple does not pay these sperm banks so that the man can just linger around to see their child. Like, no. They just pay for the sperm. That's it. That's it. They don't want, the sun is changing. They don't want the man around. If they want a man around, they would fuck a man. So, that's it, fellas. That's it. You don't want to become a sperm donor? Then love your partner to infinity and beyond. You know, find a way to love each other. Find a way to love each other. And then you won't be a sperm donor. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, it's the woman's fault and da da. Like, no, you chose to be a sperm donor. So with that, with that label, with the identity that you chose, that means you can't see your kids. That's just like, a woman should not have to go through that kind of emotional stress of carrying, like being in love with a man and carrying his child and then going through abandonment, but yet and still being still when he comes up, you want to see the child, like those reminders, you know, of what was, and you know what caused the hurt and the abandonment is still there, ever present. And then on top of that, you go and you marry somebody else. That's a whole nother trigger for her, you know, which is like making her relive a situation, the pain and the hurt that you caused. And I know it's easy for people to say, oh, well, she just should go to therapy, right? Yeah, she should. She should go to therapy. She should just forgive. She should just, no. I feel like a person has the freedom, which women do. You have the freedom, the right to choose the outcome and how you want things to be. And for a woman, that's how she gains a sense of empowerment, then that's how she gains a sense of empowerment. Therapy, yes, is an option, but I think the whole person should just forgive and forget and just move on. It's just like, no. If for her, happiness means not having the father around and not giving him that privilege, because it is a privilege to be able to see your kids. And if she feels that you don't deserve it, then you just don't deserve it. Just like you were able to make the choice that she doesn't deserve your love, then you don't deserve that. End of story. You are a sperm donor. You just became a sperm donor. That's just the end of that. Because it basically, this is the bottom line. This is the moral of the story. If you want a family, nurture a family. That's as simple as that. Create a family. If you want a family, then have a family. Love your wife and your kids, and you will have a family. You didn't want a family. For a lot of guys who may be watching this and who became sperm donors, and all of a sudden they went right to their kids. You didn't want a family. You just want to donate your sperm. Let's keep it real. But hey, I go on and on about this. Feel free, you guys, to share your perspective on this topic. I welcome what you guys have to say. Some of y'all be like, oh, might try to attack. I know it's coming. Y'all gonna be like, this bitch. Listen, I ain't your baby mama. Don't want to be. Whatever happened in your life where you're not able to see your kids, take that shit out on her. Don't take it out on me here. I'm just a woman that got a lot of sense. I'm 35 years old, and I'm very careful. You know, and like I said, if that shit ever happened to me, we're gonna leave it at that. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.